Hi everyone, it's Tracy and I'm here with this look for you today, and it is a kind of golden coral look. If you've watched any of my other videos, then you know that my favorite springtime color is coral. And this is actually a look that I've been wearing a lot as of lately because I've been wearing a lot of coral and pinks and orange colors. So I decided to do a tutorial on it and put it up here for anybody else who's looking for like a coral gold spring summer time look. I think it's great. You can definitely tone it down. You don't have to put as much liner on there. Or you can take it up a notch and smoke it out a little bit more. It's really up to you. Oh, and I'm also using some new brushes that I got. These are the Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman brushes. And so they look like this, and I bought like the entire line. So I used those brushes today and I'm still testing them out, but I'll definitely do a review on those and post that up very, very soon. So if you guys want to know how to get this look, then come watch it. Okay, so to save time, I've already went ahead and applied my tinted moisturizer, and I use this stippling brush right here. This is the new stippling brush by Real Techniques by Samantha Chapman, and I'll be doing a review on the whole brush line for the whole brush set eventually. So I'm still kind of testing them out to see how I like them and what the best uses are and all that stuff. So anyway, so I applied a tinted moisturizer onto my skin. If you need a little bit more coverage, then go ahead and use your foundation, but I definitely suggest going with like a sheer coverage foundation that's buildable, because you can always build up in those areas where you need more coverage, or use a concealer. Okay, so for under my eyes, I'm actually testing out this new concealer, that I've been using, and it's the LA Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer. It looks like this, and I told my friend AJ that I would use it in a tutorial so she could actually see what it looks like. So it looks like this, AJ, if you're wondering. And I got two colors actually, because I bought them off cherryculture.com and I wasn't sure which color I was, simply because you can never tell with like, it wasn't like a real swatch, it was just like a picture of like a dot, and so I got two. I got the color honey or golden honey or soft honey or something like that, which is a little bit pink in my opinion. And then this one here, this is in the color Fawn, and this matches me perfectly. So I'm going to take a little bit onto the back of my hand. It's a squeezable little brush that I've squeezed a little bit too many times. And you have to clean these brushes too. Don't just let it sit there and be dirty, because so I do clean the brush every so often, even though I don't put it to my face. I'm actually going to mix it with this Avon Magix Illuminator. It looks like that. And I'm in the color Deep. It only comes in 3 colors, I think, like light, medium, and deep. It's also another one of those twisty things. And it has like these subtle shimmers, so I'm putting them both on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to mix them with this brush here. This is actually a concealer. I'm sorry, this is a pointed foundation brush from the Samantha Chapman line, but I don't really think that it's... I don't want to apply my foundation with it. I just think it's too small, so I'm just going to apply my concealer with it. And again, I'm still kind of new to these brushes, and so I'm trying to figure out the best use for them. With just the concealer, I'm just going to cover up any blemishes. And for that, I'm going to use the little concealer brush. So I just popped a little bit more concealer on the back of my hand to cover up any spots. And to set that, I'm going to be using my Everyday Minerals Face. This is the Lumizing Sunlight Powder with this is the powder brush. It's very big and fluffy. I like this one. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just do my brows before I do the rest of my eye, and I'm just using Wet n Wild's, this is Mink Brown Pencil. Since this is a daytime look, I do want my brows to look relatively natural. And not like I took a pencil and just drew them on, Now I'm just brushing it with a spoolie, just to make sure that they're all groomed and to do a little bit of blending. Now I'm going to go in with my primer, and this is the Jordana Cosmetics Primer that I used, or that I showed you in the Jordana Cosmetics review. Okay, and then after I apply the base, I applied it all over my lid, all the way up to my brow. I'm going to go in with this here. This is the Hard Candy Hot Smudge in Brass Knuckles, and I'm going to be using that bronzy color. It's going to bring out the golden hues of some of the shadows that I'll be using. And I'm just applying it with my finger all over my lid. You're welcome to use a brush, of course. really do like this as a base. Like, I think that this, well, at least for the colors that I use, which are typically more neutral or warmer tones of bright colors, I just love it as a base. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, now I'm going to go in with what I think is NYX Melon Pigment, and it looks like this. I pressed a lot of my pigments, and then I put them, you know, I put them in a palette, and then I took the little sticker that's on the bottom and I put it in the palette, and then I gave the palette away. So I don't have the names of it anymore, but I really do think that this is NYX Melon Pigment. That's what I think it is. If it's not melon, then I don't know where I got that name. So I'm sorry, but just take something that's, you know, corally golden. There's like some gold undertones. It's hard, you can't really see in the actual jar. This is, you know, the old jar, but when you put it on, you'll see that there's like a gold, like a little bit of a gold hue. It's not quite as pink as they like you to believe. So I'm just putting some on my brush and then tapping out the excess and applying it all over my lid. So it should look like that. I don't know if the camera is picking up like the gold and the, let's see. With the same brush, I'm going to grab one side of my 120 palette, and I am going to go in with this color right here. It's kind of a corally orange color. So I'm just going to grab a little bit onto my brush, and I'm going to pop it on the center of my lid and outward. And it just deepens up that coral color just a bit. It brings it out a little bit more. I'm going to zoom in a little so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, now with a blending brush, this is the blending brush. This is the Deluxe Crease brush. I'm going to go in with a matte brown color. It's like a matte mid-tone brown. And I'm just going to blend that crease out a bit. It adds a little bit of definition and blends out any harsh edges that I might have. Oh, and if you're wondering what shadow I'm using, I'm actually using, this is the Wet n Wild Color Icon. I don't think that this is available anymore. I don't know that you can buy this, but I'm just mixing this matte brown, it's like a tan, and then that darker matte brown to create the color that I want. And then just blending it in the crease. I gotta tell you that this little crease brush guy is no joke. It's a very dense brush. Okay, now I actually grabbed a fluffier brush and just to blend it out a little bit more. This one isn't quite as dense, so it's gonna help me a little bit more with the blending. That other brush is very, very dense, very great for packing on color, and even great for creating the shape that I was looking for. It's just very, very, very dense, and so it's hard to blend with such a dense brush because I feel like I'm packing on even more color. Okay, now with that same fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with kind of an orange color. I'm going to go in with this color right here, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's orange, but it's not like a bright orange. It's like a browny terracotta kind of orange. And I'm just going to go right above where I placed that brown and just blend it upwards. I just kind of want a little bit of orange peeking through outside of that brown. For my same 120 palette, I'm going to go in with a highlight color. Just pick whatever highlight looks best on you. I'm actually going to go in with this one right here. It's on the top row with the blacks, the third one in, with just that same fluffy brush, and pop it right under my brow. Now you can use the same color as your highlight for your inner tear duct, but I'm actually going to go in with Rockin' Republic's Ambition because it's like one of my favorites and I barely get to use it. Looks like that. I'm going to go in with that brush that we used to apply the coral color onto our lids. Just grab some on the tip and pop it on the inside, and then drag it up and in to blend with the other shadows. I love this color as an inner tear duct, on me at least, because it's a very warm inner tear duct color. It's a very warm highlight color. So I'm actually going to take a little bit and just pop it right under the highest point of my brow as well, and then blend it in with a fluffy brush. That just draws a little bit more attention. It gives my eye a little bit more dimension. I'm grabbing a little bit more of that coral color that I used from my 120 palette and putting it back onto my lid because it was diffused a little bit when I added, when I started blending. So just kind of put it on until you're happy with the pigmentation that it's giving you. Okay, so we're almost done with the eyes. Now I'm going to line my eyes. I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild gel liner, which is my favorite, and then just a very thin brush. It's a very thin brush. I'm going to line my upper and lower waterline today. You can choose either or you're welcome to do both. On my lower lashes, I'm just going to put a little bit of that coral color down there. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Milani's Liquifeye. Looks like this. It needs to be sharpened for sure. And I like Liquifeye because I just think that it stays on my waterline forever. It's so creamy. You do have to let it set though, otherwise it'll smudge on you. I am going to do a little bit of contouring. This is NYX's Blush in Pecan. Looks like this. And I'm going to be using this buffing brush. I guess it's supposed to be for buffing, but I think it's like the perfect little set. There is a blending brush. I mean, there is a contouring brush that comes with this kit, but I think that this one is like the perfect one. Because you can like contour and then blend. The other one's a little bit more pointed, but anyway, this is what I'm going to use today. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the edge of the buffing brush and then start contouring. I'm going to do a little bit of highlight here as well. I mean, the foundation that I'm using is giving me a very dewy finish, but I want just a little bit more highlighting going on. So I'm actually going to be using the contour brush to do the highlighting. I'm just going to pop it onto my cheekbones, like the high parts of my cheekbones, and then blend it in. Oh, and I'm using e.l.f.'s Golden Peach. It's their Shimmering Facial Whip. For blush, I'm going to be using Rock & Republic's Immoral, which is very orange, but on deeper skin tones, as I've said before, and I always say, it just gives you a nice glow, like a sun-kissed look onto your face. So I do recommend orange blushes for deeper skin tones, and I'm using the blush brush. Now this blush is very, very pigmented, so just a little bit goes a long way. Pop that onto the apple of my cheeks. Okay, now for my lips, I've already applied a lip balm, and I'm using Smith's Minted Rosebud. This is like a Rosebud Salve. I'm going to go in with an Avon lip liner. This is Avon's Luxury Lip Liner in Neutral. Neutral. I was going to say natural, but that's not it. And I'm actually filling in my, ooh, I just wrote it myself. Instead of lining my lips, I'm actually using it to fill it in because it's going to make the lip gloss last a little bit longer. And for lip gloss, I'm going to be using, you can use a lipstick if you want, but I'm not really that big of a fan of lipstick, so I'm using Sally Hansen's Lacquer Shine in the color Peony. Looks like this. It's a very corally color with like some gold shimmers, gold flecks. And that's it. That is the end of the look. So here it is up close. Now the focus of this look really is on the eyes because of the heavy liner, and you don't have to go as heavy as I did, but I just think that it draws a little bit more attention. I like the contrast between the coral and gold colors and the black. If you guys have any questions about how to get this look or any of the products that I use, then feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.